Greetings from Berkshire Guitar Amplifier Repairs in England. Stuart Smith on the bench as always, and today quite a quick video. I've had an unusual pedal in. It's the Electro Harmonox original Big Muff. I've never had one of them before, and these are bringing in big bucks. I saw one on eBay for £650. Absolutely amazing. So I thought you might like to have a look inside it. We'll have a little play with it. It's got a few issues apparently. I think the switch on the back here doesn't work very well, and the battery connection's fallen off, and a few other things. The nuts are all loose, and the pot's nuts are all loose. So it's just basically a general tidy up. I wouldn't normally bother making a video, but I thought you'd be quite interested to have a look inside this, as indeed am I. I've no idea what's in it. I haven't looked the pedal up yet online. Anyway, let's not mess around. Let's get the top off and get cracking, and it won't detain us very long, this, I don't think. Okay, here's the pedal, and he didn't bring the mains adapter with it, which is a bit annoying, so I'm going to have to run it on battery. So the first thing I'm going to do with this is to open it up and connect a battery and connect it up to a guitar and an amplifier. I'd like to see if it's working. There's a huge difference between a pedal that's working, but maybe it's crackly or intermittent or something, and one that just doesn't work at all. There's a big difference in the job. So let's get the lid off. I'll be quite interested to see inside this. I've never seen inside one of these, so I'll be keen to see what goes on inside here. So let's not delay any further. We'll get the 3 remaining screws out. Ooh, that doesn't fit at all. Ooh, that's not even a close fit, that. Let's try this one. That's better. These are only self-tapper screws, so they don't make a very good lid closure actually, once they've been in and out a few times. Been fairly scratched and battered around. I suppose not surprising considering its age. These screws don't want to come out, they're just rotating in the holes. Right, there we go. 3 screws. Let's have a look how easy it is to get inside here. Oh, quite easy. Right, so okay. Interesting. Let's zoom in. We're on the underside of the board here. Quite a simple little circuit this. That's very interesting. I can't even see an integrated circuit, so this is purely transistor. Now what have we got? We've got the battery here. So there's the positive of the battery, and the negative has come off. That's okay, we can very quickly fix that. So that's the first job, and that's okay because I think that battery holder has had it anyway. So I'm just going to chop it off there just to remind me where those go. I'll go and get a fresh battery holder to put in. Now, okay, I can see inside here, maybe you can too, and as you can see it's just purely transistor, and it's got 4 transistors, so there's nothing to this. I have to confess, because I'm not a guitarist, I don't even know what a Big Muff pedal does. I'm guessing it's some sort of overdrive distortion or something. Let's see what we got. We have amplifier AC. What on earth does that mean? Tone bypass. Oh, I see, right, no, this top line of print refers to these sockets here. So that's the amplifier. Oh, that's the AC input. This is tone bypass switch. Okay, and that's the input, so that's what these refer to on here. And then we've got volume, tone and sustain, so not sure, is it a sustain pedal? No idea. Anyway, let's get the thing working first of all. I want to see what kind of state this is in before we get too involved. Well, whilst I'm waiting for my soldering iron to warm up, let's just see if this battery has any power left in it. If so, I might try and get this off. No, completely flat, look at that. 1.9 volts. Yee! Right, that can go in the bin. I've got a new battery terminal connector here, so we can connect that up. Let's do that now. So there's the red, and here's the here's the black here. There we go. And we want the black onto the ground of the input jack. I see this is loose, this jack. But we're going to be doing a bit of tidying up anyway, so I'm not really worried at the moment. What I want to do is to see if this works. And if all we have to deal with is a few dirty pots and loose connections and that sort of thing. Okay, so that's now ready to roll, so we can put a power. Let me see. I think I'll just clip a power supply to here. It'll be easier. So this is the positive, and this is the negative. So I will get my power supply out. Positive goes to here, and negative goes to here. I think I might just turn it on. I'm looking for a couple or 3 milliamps or something. That would be quite useful. Right, I've set 9 volts on my bench supply, and set a current limit of 50 milliamps or something. Turn it on, and there's no current showing on my power supply. I know what's going on. Of course, you need to have something plugged in here before it'll make the circuit and turn the thing on. So let's now do the next step, which is to plug a guitar into the input. The input is here. And I've got my bench amplifier down beneath me here. I'll plug an output into here, and that can go into the input. That, okay, not sounding very promising at the moment. Turn it on. Okay, we've got 2 milliamps on the power supply. So that's good, it's drawing current. Is it doing anything? Let's have a... Now that could be in bypass. Let's hit the foot switch. Something changed. Can't really hear. Okay, I think that's the bypass mode there. None of the controls work. And then when we kick the thing in, first of all we get a load of hum and hiss. Pretty hideous. Okay, the hum I'm not worried about. That seems to be depend on the orientation of this. It's probably just pick up from the lights. The hiss though is horrendous. So ignore the hum. These now seem to work, these controls. I won't worry about tone bypass for the moment. What does it do though? I think I'm going to have to find out what it's supposed to do. Always useful. These jacks are really loose, look. Well, it's only got 4 transistors. Right, I can't go any further with this without knowing... Let's turn that racket off. I can't go any further with this without knowing what the pedal's supposed to be doing, always useful. And I think I also probably need a schematic now to start to troubleshoot this. But it shouldn't be too hard to troubleshoot with just 4 transistors. What could go wrong? So I'll join you in a moment when I found out a bit about this pedal. Okay, I just phoned the customer, and it's a distortion pedal, and it's on the kind of mild end of the distortion spectrum, so I was fooling myself a little bit there, thinking it kind of wasn't working. So I've got the control set to about half. I've got it in bypass at the moment. It's very noisy, so when we kick it in, you may not be able to hear that noise, but it's very noisy. But when I play, you can hear it has got some distortion on it. So it's working, that's okay. So what I'm going to do now is do a couple of things. The nuts are very loose on the front of these, and some of the pot nuts are loose. And this bypass switch kind of kills the signal in one position and works in the other, so I think that switch is probably just dirty, so we'll give that a little squirt of cleaner and we can work that backwards and forwards, and that's, I can hear that's working now, that switch, so it works in that position and in that position, so that was just dirty. I'll tighten up these nuts, and yeah, I'll join you in a minute when I've done that. Okay, I've done the input and output jack nuts, and I just took a knob off here, and you can see this is actually finger tight, this nut. It's really just hanging on in there. So we'll see if my trusty tool does this. Oh, it does, that's good. So we'll just tighten that up. So you can see what this one's like. That's completely loose as well. Amazing. And the third one, again, thing loose, just virtually coming undone. There we go. I've done this one already. That was also just turning around inside the thing, and I've added an extra nut there to hold that. Since we've got the knobs off now, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a clean with anti-static foam cleaner. We can't do too much with this because it's fairly battered and scratched and worn, but we can get all this dirt off here. It's fairly dirty. Now, I've had a word with the customer about this noise. It's very noisy, this, and that will be the transistors producing that noise, and it's very curable by changing all 4 transistors for 4 modern equivalents. Just a small signal transistor, not quite sure what it is, but it'll be a NPN small signal transistor. I put some low noise ones, and I can guarantee that would kill all that noise. But as I suspected, the customer doesn't want to do that because it will then make this pedal non-original. And it's quite a collector's piece now, a pedal like this. And I think I mentioned before, they do go for considerable money. In my opinion, no one would ever know that those transistors have been changed, and it would greatly improve the pedal. But I'm happy, to do what the customer wants, and we'll leave all that noise on it and leave it as original. So that's really all we can do on this. I'll get the cover back on, see if I can find an extra self-tapping screw vaguely similar to the ones that are missing, and yeah, that's all I can do on it. Basically working. So I hope you enjoyed just having a quick look inside that. I've certainly never seen inside one. Well, here's a weird feature of this pedal. the knobs have got the usual kind of D-shaped cutout that fits on a D-shaped spindle, so, and all three knobs are the same. There's no way you can change the orientation of the knob. So look, they're all fully anti-clockwise now, and this one points here, this one points here, this one points here. It's really strange. Fully clockwise. Weird. You can't change the orientation of these. The pots are soldered onto the printed circuit board, so it's not a question of undoing the nuts and rotating the pot a little bit. It's been designed to be like this. Very strange. Now I think about it, I know why it is like this, and that's because they've soldered this pot this way. The three terminals are here, bent under the printed circuit board. In fact, I think, why don't I just show you? Okay, so here you are, look, see? This pot here, they've bent the three things under the printed circuit board and soldered it. This pot here, they've done the same. So this pot is immediately 180 degrees out from this one, which it is, look, there you go. You can see it's actually 180 degrees out. And this pot here, they've put on the, you can't really see, but it's kind of soldered onto the side of the board. So this one's 45 degrees out, which indeed it is. So they just decided, we're just going to live with this. We don't really care if the knobs don't line up. It's the 60s, man. Anything goes. Right, so there we go. I'll put some screws back in here now. Right, I'm going to take an executive decision here to change the screws from the originals, which are these ones here, and we only have 3 of them and they're not gripping very well, to these slightly larger ones here, which will grip better and will also have a matched set. So that goes in absolutely beautifully in there. I don't think that looks too bad either. I will give the customer the original screws back in a little plastic bag just in case he winces at that. So see if we can get, it's such a cheapo construction, this. Just a little bit of bent metal basically. There we go, I'll just put the other 2 in. There you go, one Big Muff pedal, good to go. And it will do sterling service for, well, many years to come. Nothing much to go wrong with it really. And a nice collector's item. Well, there you go. As I said, fairly quick and easy, not too much wrong with it. Quite an interesting pedal. I didn't know what it did before it came in. A fairly low level soft distortion and a lot of noise on this pedal. I personally couldn't use it, it's way too noisy. That could be fixed, but it would make the pedal unoriginal, and these are, as I say, quite collector's items these days. So quite a low bill for the customer, bit of a service, bit of a fix up, and it's good to go for another couple of decades. And I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks as ever for watching.